Good afternoon. This is Al Scott. I want to give you all a update on Jussie Smollett, the actor of Empire, and what's going on with his case. And it does appear that Chicago PD may be ready to make an arrest in this case. Before we tell you about that, let's just go back and kind of give you a timeline of what happened on January 29th. Allegedly, that night, Jussie hadn't been too long, got off a flight, I think, from New York City. He got home. He was hungry. About 2 a.m., got up, decided he would go to Subway, get him a sub sandwich. Well, in the process of doing that, after he leaves out of Subway, I think he left out of there at 2:15 a.m., they said. Jussie alleges he runs into two white men dressed in all black. Each gentleman had a ski mask on. One carried a rope around his neck. I guess the other one carried the container of what police are saying might have been bleach. Well, they yelled homophobic slurs and racial slurs to Jussie. And they said they was going to make America great again. Now, keep in mind, this is 2 a.m. in Chicago. Two white men walking down the street dressed in all black, carrying a container of bleach. One has a rope around his neck. Jussie is somewhat covered up because it's cold outside, so it's almost kind of hard to tell who he is. But since these two racist white men watch Empire, they recognize Jussie and calling him motherfucker and other things. Well, they beat Jussie pretty bad. Jussie, at the time of the attack, was on the phone with his manager. His manager also told the police what Jussie told the police, that they were both on the phone talking to each other during the attack. One thing always bothered me with them both being on the phone. Jussie may not have been in a predicament to call the police, but I always wondered why the manager didn't call the police. Well, that's not to be worried about. Let's go on with the story. Anyway, eventually they let Jussie go, or Jussie got away. Jussie said he fought. When he was on stage in L.A. the other night, he said, "I just want you all to know that I fought the motherfuckers off." And then he referred to himself as the gay Tupac. I don't think Tupac liked that. Anyway, when Jussie got home that night, Jussie still had the rope around his neck. Jussie still had his cell phone in his hand. During the course of the attack, Jussie had a salad and a sandwich. When the police arrived, that sandwich and that salad was still intact. Nothing was wrong with his phone. Police did ask what was that around his neck. Oh, that's the noose that they tried to hang me with. Well, that bothers me too, because I would have taken the noose off. That's just me. Well, let's call the police, Jussie. No, not now. Jussie and his manager wait exactly 42 minutes before they call Chicago PD and tell them what happened. Okay, Chicago PD arrived. The manager again said, "Yes, I heard the racial slurs, the homophobic slurs. I was on the phone with them during the time of the attack." Well, again, that makes no damn sense. Why didn't you call the police? Why didn't you send his bodyguards? Don't make any sense. Well, about a week prior to that, Jussie had received threats at Fox Studios, where they filmed Empire at. He also received some disturbing text messages. Now, a crime has been committed. Possible hate crime, a very serious crime now. I would think Jussie and his lawyer would want to operate 100% fully with the police department. Why? Well, I guess they want the case solved. They got to get these criminals off the street before they go attack somebody else. The audacity of two white men walking down the streets of Chicago at 2 a.m. with a noose and a container of bleach. I'm laughing at some of the comments coming up. The audacity of them. And to wear an all-black outfit and to have a noose in their possession. These two racist white men are on the hunt for a gay black man. I'll be damned. Here comes Jussie. Got Jussie, beat him up. Another thing bothers me. Why did Jussie run straight to the house? I'm going to get to the point, Yvette, I promise you that. Why did Jussie run straight to the house? What I would have done, good afternoon, Craig Lee, what I would have done if I was Jussie, since I still had my phone in my hand and it wasn't messed up, I would call Chicago PD. Or would have stopped the first somebody I saw. I need help. I just been attacked by two racist white men. Jussie didn't do that. Jussie went straight to the apartment. That's hard. Me, I would ask for help. He went straight to the apartment. Didn't make any earthly sense. Well, the police had to insist that Jussie go to the hospital, and he did. He was fine. A little cut here and a little cut there. It was fine. Sent him on to the house. Well, they searched all the surveillance tapes in the area. All of them. Went to the subway. Were there two white men in here dressed in all black, eating a sub with ski masks on and a rope and a container of bleach? Wasn't in here. Okay. Well, a couple of days, they found nothing. I mean, they looked on every tape they could look on. They spent hundreds and hundreds of hours looking at surveillance tapes. Found nothing. Couldn't even find Jussie getting attacked. Couldn't find the attacker until they spotted two individuals. Well, they put those pictures out of these two people, which was persons of interest. Doesn't necessarily mean that they were their attackers, but they may have seen something or have some information, about the case. Threw it out there. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Well, they later found out who these two men were. They were two men. These two men were homeless. Didn't have anywhere to stay. They was nowhere near where Jussie alleged he was attacked. So we're through with them. Now, many of you have been upset with me because I said Jussie lied. Well, you better get ready to get upset with Chicago PD. Because Chicago PD says they are about ready to make an arrest. Chicago Superintendent Eddie Johnson says if Jussie is lying, he will be arrested. Now, let's be honest. Jussie lying. Jussie was not attacked by two white men wearing ski masks, can of rope, walking around with a container of bleach, 2 a.m. in the morning in Chicago. I don't know what happened, but Jussie should go to jail. And they should also make Jussie pay for the investigation. All the manpower, all the hours that was put in on a fool's errand, on a wild goose chase. Not only should Jussie be arrested, he should foot that whole entire bill because Jussie lied. That's just the bottom line. Again, I think I know what happened. I think it was sex that went bad, some bondage. Or either he met somebody online and maybe they tried to mug him. I don't know. But Jussie got a lot of attention, not just because of his celebrity status, because it was a hate crime. And that shouldn't happen to nobody. Not just blacks, whites. It shouldn't happen to anybody in this country. You should be just as free when you walk outside your door as you are when you sit inside your home. Jussie had our undivided attention. And he still has it, but in a different light. You people got to wake up and realize one thing. Jussie admitted he was gay back in 2015. We don't have a problem with that. If you was into some bondage sex and the shit went bad, it just went bad. That's all you had to say. It went bad. If there had been two white men in the area, they could have been arrested, probably tried and convicted on a damn lie. And when he was on stage the other night, he said, "I'll be glad when they catch the son of bitches and arrest him." And I said, I will too, Jussie. I'll be glad when they lock your ass up. Jussie lied. Bottom line, he lied. I know y'all don't want to believe that. You got to get past the fame. You got to get past the fame. You got to get past the fame. Something went wrong that night. Something did happen. But I'm 1,000,000,000% positive that Jussie was not attacked by two racist white men in all black with a noose around their neck, carrying a container of bleach, looking for a black gay man. Just doesn't make any earthly damn sense. Nothing in the story made any sense. It was red flags from day one. Red flags. We gave him the benefit of the doubt, and he let us down. Craig Lee just said he lied to promote his album. And that may very well be the case, but depending upon the penalty there, he may have to try to promote that album from inside of a prison cell. I don't know if he's going to get a whole lot of time for it, but he should be arrested. That's just the bottom line. Jussie lied. There's been nothing ever to collaborate his story. If you followed his story, you know Jussie's guilty. If you think Jussie is innocent, you're a fool with a serious problem. You are a fool with a serious problem. That's the latest update. Soon Jussie will be in handcuffs, and rightfully so. I'm Al Scott with Injustice Investigation. We'll see you on the radio.